Alright, fellow Slayers. Well, time for the final episode review of the day, which is Halloween. And this time around, I'm just going to skip looking at all the other stuff that I normally do because, well, for some reason, I tried to do that previously. My camera just screwed up on me for some reason, so yeah. Anyway, let's just take a look at the episode. Buffy and Angel finally agree to a date, but Buffy is delayed at Pop's pumpkin patch by a vampire. Another vampire films the fracas from the shadows. While Angel waits at the bronze, Cordelia shows up. When Buffy finally arrives, she's turned away by Cordelia's sharp tongue. Cordelia continues to hit on Angel, unaware of his history. The next day, Principal Snape forces Buffy, Willow, and Xander into chaperoning children while they trick-or-treat. Buffy would rather take a break as, contrary to expectations, on Halloween vampires and demons take the night off. Later, Larry, the school bully, threatens Xander while asking him about Buffy, who intervenes, smashing Larry into a soda machine. However, instead of being grateful to Buffy for rescuing him, Xander is upset by the damage that does to his reputation. Buffy, wanting to know about Angel, comes up with a plan to strike Giles and has Willow sneak in to take one of Giles' Watcher diaries. When Buffy and Willow go through it, they find a picture of an 18th century woman. Buffy is worried because the drawing of the woman makes her look more sophisticated and beautiful than Buffy. Will points out that she looks like a noble woman and being beautiful was her job. Cordelia comes in and taunts Buffy about having to take over comforting Angel the previous night. Cordelia asks them about Angel, wanting to know why he's never around during the day. Buffy will try to tell her that he's a vampire, but she thinks they are lying. She says Buffy is just trying to scare her off because she's afraid of the competition. To dress up for Halloween, the gang heads to Ethan's costume shop, where Willow gets a ghost costume and Xander buys a toy gun to go with his army fatigues from home. Buffy and Xander apologize to each other about what happened with Larry, with Buffy promising to let Xander get pummeled from now on. Then Buffy finds a beautiful 18th century pink dress, one that matches the drawing that she has seen from Giles' Watcher files on Angel. Ethan Rain appears and makes her an offer she cannot refuse. Spike is reviewing Buffy's recorded fight when Drusilla comes to tell him that someone will make Buffy weak the following night. Spike is confused, says the following night is Halloween when nothing happens, but Drusilla tells him someone new has arrived in town. Meanwhile, Ethan's chanting to a Janus statue in the back room of his shop. On Halloween night, Buffy manages to convince Willow to wear a black miniskirt and a lost-sleeve crop top, making her very shy. The doorbell rings and Willow takes the opportunity to cover off it with the ghost costume before Xander sees it. While taking the children trick-or-treating, people start turning into their costumes persona. Willow collapses and then she becomes a real ghost, wearing the skimpy outfit. Xander a soldier, and Buffy an 18th century girl. Willow convinces Xander, who has no recollection of her, to not shoot the transport people in the street with his now real gun. They find a disoriented Buffy, who is frightened and confused by the modern world. Willow rushes them to Buffy's house, where her mother is conveniently not home. Outside, Cordelia screams as Xander rushes out to save her. Willow, being unable to get her due to ghostly status, goes to Giles for help. While Cordelia searches the house, Angel shows up and takes Buffy into the kitchen. As Angel tries to handle a vampire that has sneaked into the house, he reveals his vampire face. Buffy is horrified and runs from the house. Meanwhile, Spike has also appeared and revels in the chaos around him. At the library, Willow and Giles realize Cordelia has not changed into a cat, like the costume she is wearing, having rented her costume from a different shop from Ethan's. They head to the shop, where Ethan greets Giles by the nickname Ripper. He orders Willow to leave, then physically persuades Ethan to tell him how to reverse the spell. Spike is looking for Buffy, who enters an alley and meets Larry, now a pirate. Xander has just in time to beat up Larry before he can attack Buffy. When Angel and Cordelia arrive, Buffy shrinks back and tells Cordelia that Angel is a vampire. Cordelia, still thinking Buffy is lying, tries to explain to Angel that Buffy has some strange ideas about him, but just gives up and just tells Buffy that Angel is a good vampire. Willow then shows up to warn them of Spike. The gang tries to barricade themselves inside a warehouse, but Spike's gang breaks in. Just as Spike is about to kill Buffy, Ethan reveals a secret ending the spell, and Giles throws the statue to the floor, smashing it to pieces, breaking the spell. Buffy recovers in time to defeat Spike and he flees. Willow wakes up on the porch where she died, now wearing the ghost costume again. She takes off the ghost costume and confidently walks across the street in a risky outfit. Unbeknownst to Willow, Oz drives by at that moment and admires her from his van. In her bedroom, Buffy confesses to Angel that she was trying to impress him. Much to her surprise, he tells her that he hated those people back then, especially the noble women. Angel also feels that he wanted someone exciting. They kiss. The next day, Giles returns to the store to find a note. Ethan has promised to return soon. Bum bum bum. So overall, I think this episode is kind of interesting, and the fact that we get a little bit of Angel's backstory as well as something about Giles also is kind of interesting as well. So yeah. So overall, I give Halloween 4 vampire steaks out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in next time as we take a look at the next episode, Lie to Me. So, until then, here endeth the lesson.